Okay, so I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so basically over here, yeah. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use the random generator. I have listed out a list of past year school papers lah. Okay, so I listed them up in this list of school papers. Okay, so but then so I will use a random generator to generate a number between 1 to 48, and then based on the number generated, we will do that school paper. Okay, then after that, I will generate again between 1 and 2 to decide on whether is it paper 1 and paper 2. So the purpose of doing so is to make sure to let you guys know that I didn't practice beforehand, or yeah, it's like the whole purpose of, not the whole purpose, but part of the purpose of this part of the purpose of this video is actually to show. Give me a while to show my face. Okay, I'm totally new to this, so video capture. Show me video capture, guys. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm totally new to this. So what I'm trying to say is to show you guys it's possible lah to get 90%. Okay. What else I want to say? Forgot. Yeah. Everything that I want to say is already been covered in the previous video on the reason for me to start this. So is there a chance for me to get 90%, 100%? Then, and I think that's okay. I start with the objective to achieve 90%. If I cannot do it, then it's just ups and downs of life lah. I feel I mean like as a student, sometimes you guys have expectation, etc., and it wasn't met. But I thought that that's just life. And yeah. Okay, so if I didn't do it, then I'm totally fine with it. Like psychologically and mentally, I'm totally fine with it. Yeah. So okay, let's begin without further ado. So yeah, so please pardon me if yeah, I'm a bit slow in this. Okay, so with this, okay, you can see the different school and the different years. Okay, so I'm gonna use the generator here, okay, to generate a number. So just now I was testing now, that's why this tree was generated. So let's do it again. Okay, so today we will do number 23. Okay, so number 3 says that, oh, okay, it's Nanyang JC. Okay, and then 2020 paper, and then let's say, let's see. Oh wait, you guys couldn't give me, oh yeah, I guess no. Give me a while. Are you guys seeing the screen? Okay, I don't know, I just gonna ring it a bit. No, you guys are not seeing my screen. Display, should display. Okay, yeah. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna do it again. Okay, so generate again. Okay, so 37. So let's see what screen is it. 37. 37. So it's Hwa Chong 419. Wow, all the difficult school. Okay, so let's begin. 419. Okay, so but then I haven't decided on paper 1 and paper 2 now. Okay, so I will use this and generate again. Then it will be Hwa Chong 419 paper 1. Okay, so let me download the file. Okay, so today we will just do paper one. Is it two paper or what? Yeah, let me see how many paper is here. Yeah, okay, so that's it. Okay, so please pardon me because I will do a lot of how to say interchange the screen, copy and paste between this one and the pin. Okay, if you guys are more technology savvy, so if you guys have better way of doing it, then please let me know. Okay, so first one I gonna pre-screen this, and after that I just gonna do it on paint. Okay, if you guys have a better software, yeah, please suggest. Okay, let's begin. Wow, interesting. Okay, so yeah, I believe that sometimes this kind of question is something that you guys don't normally see, then you guys don't know how to organize the information. So one of the very important key of this whole series, right, is to show you the way to dissect a question, to pick up clues, to observe patterns, then to form, eventually forming up the solution. So that's the main point of doing live session. Okay, so that you guys can pick up these skills. Else, it's not different from just like explaining from the solution. Okay, so firstly, I will try to understand because there's always like exam. Okay, I'm trying to like do it within 3 hours and explain at the same time. So if I speak too fast, then please bear with me. Okay, so understand that okay, there's an equation, and if there's an equation means okay that like y and x. Okay, so in this case, right, it's not just y and x. You have a dx and gx. Okay, so basically right here is a projective polynomial. Okay, so yeah, the understanding of these terms need to be very strong now. Okay, so if you like this. Okay, so just by this, right, then after that, then number of units when people is going to purchase at $18. Okay, so define the price of number dx, the number of units of a particular product. Okay, so this one represent units. Okay, where x represent price. Okay, so then after that, so this one means that when x is set to 18, then after that ask us to find the x. Okay, yeah, just by this you really kind of can see how you can plan out your workings already. Okay, so over here, right, one of the technique or one of the understanding you should have, right, is that okay, if there is three unknowns, right, okay, you are supposed to find three information. Okay, so just based on this table, right, I know that okay, I already have three information. Okay, so let's do it. So 384 equals to 40320 over, sorry. Okay, so some of you guys will still be like confused when I say why three unknown three equation. Isn't it four? Because A, B, C, X. Okay. X is a variable. Okay. X is something that is supposed to be able to vary lah. Whereas A, B, C is something that we don't know, but it's something. It's some constant that we don't know yet. Okay, so after finding A, B, C, then you will be able to make use of the this equation better to find when x is other value, etc. Okay, so here it become 25a plus 5b plus c. Okay, then after that, 2 to 4 equals to 4, 0, 2, 2, 64a plus C. 6 inch. 100 x plus c. Okay, so sorry, 10b. Okay, so just by this, you should have a confidence that three equation, three unknown definitely can solve for ABC lah. Okay, but how do you put it into your calculator, right? Then that is about understanding like form. Okay, like to put it into your calculator or to rather to solve a cubic equation, usually your equation will be something like this, with n equals to something. So you need to try your best to make it into this form. Okay, so as a result, we need to bring in the 25a plus 5b plus c up. Okay, so I'm gonna put this, and c. Okay, so bring this up, bring the cross multiplier. Okay, so let me calculate. 40320 divided by 384. Okay, so that will give you 105. So am I recording? Yes, I am recording. Okay, good. Okay, so that's first one. Then after that, 64a plus 8b plus c equals to 180. Then 100a plus 10b plus c equals to 240. Okay, so like maybe student will ask that, so equation 1, equation 2, equation 3, right? Then they will be worried that should you do like without calculator or with calculator? When can you do with or when can you do without lah? Okay, so it depends on how the question is phrased. They never say without the use of calculator. The other thing you need to try to figure out is where are the 4 marks rewarded lah. Okay, so to me, what I understand that each of the information you should be rewarded with 1 mark. Okay, so that is 3 marks, or maybe this one half marks, then this one half marks. Okay, so you add up to 3 already, then the final answer should be 1 mark. Okay, that's why they wouldn't like mark you based on how good with you are with your manipulation stuff lah. Is that one is very secondary school. Yeah, so we don't do that. They usually don't mark you based on that. Okay, so yeah, let's calculate the final answer. So over here, go to polysimal solver, then simultaneous 3 equation, 3 unknown. Okay, then key in 25, 5, 1, 64, 8, 1, 180, 100, 10, 240. Okay, so there are a lot of students, right? Let me show you my screen. Okay, a lot of students, right? When they key in this already, right? Pardon me. Okay. Now when they key in this, when this one is 0, right? Then they see here is 240, right? They will straight away they will straight away press solve. So it shouldn't be done like this. You need to make sure that this 240, right? Okay, is being entered into is being entered into here. Okay, then you can press solve. Else you are trying to solve for equal 0. That's why your ABC will be wrong. Okay, so based on that, right? Okay, so based on that, our A is equals to 1, B equals to 12, comma, C equals to 20. Okay, so done. Yeah, so I try during the live session, I try not to, what's that called? I try not to refer to the answer lah. Okay, so maybe I will do another follow-up video to see which one are the one that I do wrongly, and I will give an explanation on that. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Okay, we started around 10 minutes ago lah, so yeah, 7:20. So by 9:20 I should 10:20 I should finish everything. Okay, I'm not good with using this, so please pardon me. Okay, next question is 2. On average, because there is 12 questions, so on average, right, each question should take about 15 minutes. Okay, so I took about 12 minutes for the first one with the explanation and stuff. Okay, so for question 2, oh, okay. So once I see lawn, etc., right, then usually I would think of, okay, maybe I need to incorporate some of the properties of lawn to make it into something more simple. Okay, so over here, right, especially you see like summation, then you see lawn something divided by something, right? Okay, so it give you a hint that this one is maybe is a matter of difference because there's a something minus something. Okay, the other thing is that you compare to the these two term, right? This one is x, this one is n, this one is n plus 1, so there's a increment, there's a difference of 1. Okay, so all the more it's going to be matter of difference. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so this one is ln bracket 1 plus x to the power 1. Then after that, plus 8 minus ln bracket 1 plus x to the power of 2. Okay, so if you guys are not familiar with how this thing change to this thing, right? Yeah, maybe next time I will explain to you along the way. If I feel have enough time, I will explain. Okay. I got a few videos about maybe I don't have logarithm. So yeah, maybe next time when I came across it, then I will give you guys some tips on it. Okay, so after that, then the next one will be plus this one x to the power 2. Then after that, minus ln 1 plus x to the power 3. Okay, so how do I do it so fast? Did I like start this one become 2? No, 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 no. Okay, I just know that this one, sorry. Okay, how does the number changes lah? Okay, this one is 1 bigger than this one, and this one is 1 bigger than this one, this one bigger than this one, etc., etc. Okay, yeah, I may speak very fast a lot of times, but then go watch the replay, then you guys will have a better understand and try to digest it in your head lah. Okay, then yeah, you guys have a better understanding of what I was trying to say. Okay, so like that we cancel, right? Okay, so eventually we're gonna it's gonna become 1 plus x to the power 1, so I just put x, then minus this. Okay, so in terms of n and x. Okay, then after that, hence find the sum to infinity of the series in part 1. Okay, so that's easy. Sum to infinity, right? So that means, right? So like is it n tends to infinity, x tends to infinity, or n tends to infinity? Yeah. Okay, because you are trying to sum p1, p1, p2, until p infinity. Okay, that's why this thing is p1 plus Pn. So instead of until Pn, it becomes P infinity. That's why your n need to tends to infinity here. Okay, so like that. Then after that, because just now in part 1 we already solved that thing. Okay, so now this is the part where maybe some of you guys will have some issue lah. Okay, it is a lot to do with whether you understand how the numerical values varies with each of the operation. For example, reciprocal. For example, power of something that is less than 1. How will something to a power of x behave, etc. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so over here we need to take note of every there's a reason why they write all these things. Okay, you need to go and digest. Okay, so because this x is between -1 to 1, right? So imagine say 0.5. Okay, to a power of something, say 9. Okay, so it's 0.5 times 0.5 times 0.5. So it's like yeah, that's why it's very difficult to do paper and do live stream at the same time. Okay, so it's very difficult to what's that called? I get lost when I talk too much. Yeah. So it's 0.5 times 0.5. So this one is 1. Then after that, half of it is like this. Half of it is like this. Half of it is like this. So it becomes almost close to 0 as you times half and times half and times half. So that is the same for maybe 0.2. So initially it's full, then become 1/5 of it, then 1/5 of it. Okay, so you keep doing that, right? Then it would really tends towards 0 lah. Okay, so that means that this thing will be ln bracket 1 plus x over 1 plus 0. Okay, so it's just equals to ln 1 plus x. Okay, so okay, so next question. Question number 3. Okay. This kind of question, right, I will always try to draw out the diagram. Okay, so for this, A, B, C, 1, 2, then A, B, C. Okay, so here is 90, pi over 2 minus x radian. Okay, so you're trying to find BC, then A, B, A, C, A, B, C, L. Oh, this one a bit hard. I was thinking of cosine rule, but cannot. Okay, so bopian. Okay. Over here you can only use sine rule, right? And your sine rule can only allow you to find here first. Okay, so after you find, but BC will require you to have this angle. So we will find this one first, then after that we do a 180 pi minus the 2 angle. Okay, so let's begin. Yeah, so like how I do the live stream and how I teach is very different now. How I teach, I gonna I help you guys to understand like how pi and 180 relates, then just now the lawn, how I do the technique, etc. lah. Okay, so if you guys are interested in tuition, you can look for the details yeah um, in my description of other videos, etc. Okay, so yeah, so let's begin sine rule. So I'm trying to find the angle, so I will write like that. Okay, sine angle ACB over 2 is equals to sine wow okay over 1 over wait let me think, this one ACB, so this one is 1, this one is 2. Okay, so now um yeah, that's why like when it comes to JC, is like whether you are subtle enough to the little things or not. Okay, so to me, right, maybe I can recall that maybe this one is related to sine x, but I don't know exactly how. Okay, so or maybe yeah maybe related to cosine or whatever. Yeah, okay, so that's why you must always have like some understanding of something. You cannot memorize. You must always be able to derive something so that you can make use of it during exam. The derivation is 100 more important than um yeah, I just want to check whether I'm recording. Yeah. Yeah, it's 100 times more important than you memorizing. Okay. So this one relate to how to relate to x. Okay. Imagine there's a this one is pi over 2 minus x. Okay, so this one example is 90 minus 30 degree. Okay, so as a result, okay, this one will be the x. Okay, then after that, so this one is equals to opposite. Okay, over sine this so sine this is equals to this side over this side. Okay, so it is the same as cosine x because it's also adjacent over hypotenuse, which is the opposite of this angle lah. Okay, so as a result, we change this to this already. Okay, so some students may ask that, why are we doing this? Do we need to do this, or do we because of the small angle approximation, we can just say this one equals to this one, okay, over 2. No, no. Okay, on the small angle approximation, right? Okay, sine x equals to, I don't even know. Let me get the MF 26. Under the macrons. Okay, sine x. Okay, do we like, should we just use this thing, but change the x to pi over 2 minus x? Okay, if the question tells you that pi over 2 minus x is small enough, then you can say that. Okay, but they never say, they only say x is sufficiently small. So you cannot do this to here. Okay, so that is wrong. Okay, that's why we need to manipulate until just a trigger of x itself. Okay, so based on that, right? Okay, they say that this one is sufficiently small. Okay, so we can straightaway use small angle approximation and use this thing. Okay, so 1 minus x squared divided by 2 factorial. Okay, so equals to this. So as a result, we have sine that. We sine that it's not angle. It's not angle ACB. It's sine angle ACB. Okay, so after that, we are trying to find BC after all. So to find BC, right? Okay, we need this angle sine angle BAC. Okay, so we need to find angle BAC first. Okay, so angle BAC is equals to pi minus away this thing. And after that, oh, need to minus this angle. How do I do that? I try not to. I try not to do this thing. It's like inverse 1 minus x squared over 2 becomes very complicated. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do something else. Later you guys will see it. Okay, so BC over this thing equals to which one should I use? 1 over sine ACB. Okay, because I already have sine this already, which is equals to this. Okay, then after that here BC equals to sine bracket pi minus away. Can't do that. Okay, I'm stuck. Oh, okay, can. This question very difficult. Okay, this is a very abstract concept, but then you guys must understand that if you want to do well in math, right, you need to look at a lot of different angles. It's not like try to understand. I didn't like go down into the rabbit hole of trying to solve that thing because I understand the overall picture of like whether is it possible or not. Okay, by observing the overall picture. Okay, so that's why I know that I never dive in and waste my time. Then I step out and think of other ways to solve it. Okay, so just now I was saying that um, are we able to are we I say that it's very difficult to find angle ACB. Okay, so how to do that? No, how to sine inverse this thing? Okay, so try to understand this. Okay, this is equals to um, 2 minus x squared over 2. Oh, I still can't do it. My god. A B A C B C. It didn't divide by 2 here. So that Maybe this whole approach is wrong. I just gonna wing it, so I'm not sure. Can't do that. Gonna skip this. Okay, so maybe 5 marks gone. Okay, next one. Okay, find the largest value of d. Okay, here this one easier, way easier. Okay, so for part one, okay, largest value of d. Okay, over here you just need to make sure that like the thing inside, right, is positive. Okay, so just like this, bracket square over 36 minus 1, you need to make sure that this one is a positive and it can be equal to 0. Okay, then after that it's about finding the range of value of x lah, obviously, right? So bring the 1 over and then times the 36, so it become like this. So x squared plus 10x then plus 25 minus 36, so it's minus 11 x plus 11 minus 1, so x will be between it will be more than equals to 1 and x will be less than equals to minus 11. Okay, so I may be wrong, so I'm going to use my calculator and plot it into the graph. Okay, and see based on the graph and what value of x have a correspond. Well, what value of x were inside the displays of the graph. Okay, so this question is very, very tricky. Okay, so when I plot my graph, right, okay, it shows like this. Okay, so you guys can see, right, okay, this thing is from 1 onwards, anything bigger than 1. Okay, then after that, because your calculator when you do the zoom standard, right, is set to minus 10 to 10, but then the other side is less than minus 11. Okay, so you need to do a zoom out. Okay, then you realize that the graph is like this. Okay, so over here it most likely should be minus 11 now. So you can key in my trace minus 11. Okay, so when minus 11 the is equals to 0 now. Okay, pardon me, because I'm rushing for time. Okay, so as such, our answer is correct. Okay, so yeah, the other thing that I do a lot is I do a lot of uh, checking, yeah, to make sure I will secure the 90%. Okay, moving on, part two, say the equation of the asymptote of this thing. Asymptote. Okay, asymptote is always a lot of times it's either the denominator cannot be zero, right? Or a lot of times it's when x gets to infinity large, then does it tend towards a particular oblique asymptote? Okay, so over here, right, I know some of you guys will go back and look at your notes and I hate this. Next time I'm gonna just use Zoom so that you all can see my face and uh, the screen at the same time. So I hate this. Okay, why don't I just do Zoom now? I want to do Zoom. I hope that it doesn't affect the audio, etc. I can't. Okay, I gonna end it. I can't because my I don't know. Yeah, I will figure out next time. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so some of you guys are going to refer back to the notes. Then after that, look at what's the general formula, etc. Okay, don't need it's about when you guys look at the notes, you go through a mental process of digesting and logicalize um, whether it's correct or not. So you literally need to re-execute that reasoning. Okay, so okay, so over here, right, when x become very big, right, this thing become very significant and this thing become very insignificant. And also you should observe that when this one is a square, this one is a 36, also a square. That's why square root, right, if without minus 1, it becomes a very favorable thing to work with. Okay, so anyway, your asymptote, right, because when this x tend to infinity, this one become more significant, this one become insignificant, so we're gonna x this out and it will just become x plus 5 over 6. So that's the equation of your asymptote. Then part 3, sketch fx for the showing the features. Okay, so just now we kind of already show it. Okay, like that. So this one is 1 onwards. And then this one is minus 1 onwards. Minus 11. So the asymptote. So this one will cut at 5 over 6. Okay. Because the graph says that x belongs to here. So I just gonna start drawing the asymptote from here onwards. Okay, so yeah, just make sure that it's a straight line and it gets closer and closer and closer and closer. Okay, so adjust your graph accordingly. Okay, and then this one also, I don't know, I think it should be a mirror image. Okay, because yeah, hyperbola is a mirror image, so the asymptote will be a mirror image. Yeah, sometimes you need to think this way. Okay, pardon my drawing lah, but you guys get it. Okay, so you draw the asymptote, then it should be fine. But my only question is this one is a positive gradient now, whereas this one is a negative gradient. So And also here equations of asymptote. Yeah, so what went wrong? Okay, I understand. You guys sometimes like it's not just square root means positive and negative. If you guys just do that, like you will come across a lot of conceptual error. Okay, don't assume that this one square root then I got positive and negative. There need to be a logic. Okay, so I cannot say like that. Then after that y, then I have square root say 4. Then I cannot say y equals to 2 or negative 2. Wrong. That's wrong. Okay, y is just strictly equals to 2. You know, no. Okay, so over here, right, what's the logic, right? It's because y equals to this thing for the asymptote. Okay, because your -1 become insignificant really. So asymptote is like that. So if we are trying to express y, okay, we are trying to express y. So we need to think of what y can be. Okay, so y can be this, assuming this thing is a positive value, then it can be like that. But this thing could have been a negative value. Okay, so doesn't mean what. Okay, what I'm trying to say, right, is that, for example, y equals to square root x. Okay, so like it doesn't mean that y equals to x. Sorry. Yeah, it doesn't mean that y equals to x. It depends on whether when the x is negative, when the x is positive. Okay, so this is only true if your x is, say, positive. If your x is negative, okay, this value, right, need to be negative x. Okay, so that overall it become a positive value. Okay, that's why this one is only for if this thing is a positive. Okay, so when does this thing become positive is when x is more than 1. Then it will be 6 plus 5 and anything bigger. Okay, then after that this one will be minus x like that over 5 okay, comma so this one is when x is smaller than minus 11. So that minus 11 plus 5 minus 6 divided by 6 minus 1 times negative, then it become positive. Yeah, positive, then can square root. Okay, so yeah, so it's from here onwards. That's why showing all the features, then okay, so here it become minus x plus 5 over 6. Okay, and then here what, wow, that is only 1 mark, should give you 2 marks for the asymptote. So if not negative, then this one y equal to x plus 5 over 6. Okay, that's all. Okay, moving on, draw the reciprocal IV and the f prime. Okay, so like some of you guys will if the x intercept become what asymptote, y intercept got become asymptote or not, etc, etc. Okay, no, for me it's very simple. For me is, okay, currently what's your y value, can okay, the y value is this, can it go infinity or not? Because it can go infinity, right? Because this thing is just it gonna slow down, but it gonna keep going up and up and up and up. Okay, so this thing gonna go infinity means like that, because 1 divided by 99999 is, okay, very small. Okay, so when it's here, 1 divided by 999, then the corresponding value is here. Okay, then after that, if 1 divided by 0.001, okay, then the corresponding value is here. Okay, so don't take this as a me trying to teach you the concept of certain topics. No, okay, this is for people who just of course that can help, but this is for people who just really think that they study everything already, but they couldn't figure out how to solve the question. Okay. Okay, then after that, same thing applies. Then after that, um, become like that. Okay. So there is 1 over fx, then on separate diagram. So next thing we find the gradient. Okay, so this thing is tiring. Okay, so like that gradient means positive. Okay, like that means negative. I hope that this thing doesn't invert. This is my first time, so bear with me. Okay, if it doesn't turn out well, I will try to improve for future. Okay, so anyway, what was I trying to say? Yeah, okay, so just based on that understanding, right? Okay, everything here, because just now remember how my pen point, right? Okay, so everything here is a positive gradient, everything here is a negative gradient. Okay, yeah, so okay, this is it's traditionally a parabola lah. I mean, like, because a hyperbola, because got the other part of the hyperbola is this. Okay, how do I know? Did I memorize? No. Okay, I just know that a hyperbola got something square, then something square here lah. So eventually you will realize that this one is just minus square root. Okay, then a lot of things I say I cannot cover it completely. You guys need to go and rethink, spend maybe a few hours and rethink about the intricacy of the things that I say. Okay, so anyway, what I'm trying to say, right, is that the gradient here, because the graph originally looked like this, because there's a square root and negative square root. Okay, that's why there will be like a reflection about x-axis. Okay, so this one will just what I'm trying to say is I was trying to figure out what's the gradient over here. Okay, so if gradient is like this, it means that the gradient is infinity. Okay, if it's infinity, then we need to draw a asymptote. Okay, then after that, then after that you try to think of this gradient, right? This gradient is very close to this asymptote. Okay, that's why the asymptote have a gradient of 1 over 6. Okay, so eventually you are supposed to tend to 1 over 6 when here is infinity. Okay, so that's it for part 4. Okay, there are some things that you must always indicate in your graph. Okay, 1 is your axis, 2 is your origin, 3 is your label of your graph. Okay, likewise, axis, origin, and label of your graph. Okay, the rest, asymptote, etc. Usually they will tell you, show the asymptote, etc. So you can rely on that. But here they never say, so showing clearly all the features, Okay, so too bad. Yeah, but then after you do a while, then you should know lah. Intersection, always the same few stuff. Intersection, asymptote, So you can see I'm really, really rushing now. So, and I really don't recommend that. Yeah, because I really don't have the bandwidth to be very assiduous in um, solving the question and explaining you guys everything. I'm trying my best. Okay, so I'm tired. Okay, but we are 30% down and I take less than 1 hour, so we are good. Okay, and then after that, find vector question. Okay, so OB, then after that, C lies on OB produce. So C is here, not here. That's why, like, you guys really need to read the question very carefully. Okay, some people they will just see okay like that, then they try to form the points. No, okay. So based on this, OC is 1. Yeah, OC over OB. You all don't write this in the exam. You can write. Sorry, can write. Okay, so it's lambda over 1. But don't write like vectors divide by vectors. That vectors cannot divide by vectors. Can write OC divided by OB because now it stands for length. So this whole thing is lambda. This thing is 1. So this thing is lambda minus 1. So AM. So M lies on uh, lies on AD. So AD, okay, lies on it, so means is in between. Okay. Yeah. The other thing is OCDA is parallelogram. So like that, parallelogram, parallelogram, parallelogram. So AM is 1, MD is 2. And lies on, wow, again, OC, such that you get a bit low and a bit messy. Okay, so I'm gonna draw something. I think it's I think it's fine. Okay, this part I don't want. I this part tedious. Okay, then after that, n raise n raise n o n is 4, then 3. Okay, here is n. So here is 4, here is 3. Pardon my drawing, but you guys get it. Okay, so o and and okay, so here right, we only have vectors b and vectors a to work with. Okay, so we need to try to relate to that. So how to relate to OB? We need to relate to OC first. Okay, so why relate to OC? Because we have this information. Okay, so is something OC. Now make sure that they are balanced. Okay, so ON is like that, OC is like that, so OC is like 7 units, whereas ON is 4 units. Okay, then after that, think of how to express OC in terms of OB. Can so you guys get so there's a idea of like, okay, what you need to make use and how to balance. It's really just that. Okay, so now need to involve OB already, but you need to make sure that this thing and this thing is the same. Okay, so OB, then after that OC is this long, which is lambda. Okay, then after that OB is how long? OB is 1 unit, whereas OC represents lambda units. Okay, yeah, so equals to 4 over 7 lambda and b. Done. Okay, next question. Yeah, usually I recommend you guys just follow the order of the question. If they say OM first, then you solve OM. Okay, because sometimes you will need to make use of maybe this part to solve this part. Okay, but luckily we don't here. So OM, so definitely I think we need a concept of OA plus AM. Okay. Okay, so AM is fraction of AD, whereas AD is the same because it's a parallelogram, so AD is equals to OC. Okay, and then from here OC is equals to 1 over lambda OB. Okay, next, show that the triangle is this. Part 2, show triangle OMD. Wow. Okay, so triangle half AB sine C ma. So half AB sine like half AB sine C, right? Okay, this one just is on the side. I'm trying to explain some concept to you guys. Okay, when you have something like that, and then sine C, right, it represents length sine C. So it's related to A cross B. Okay, so just A cross B, then after that half. Right, this is a vector, this is a vector. Okay, so over here, how do we present the solution? Is just OM and then cross MD, and then because this one cross will be a vector, so we need to have it. Also we need to mod it to make sure it will become area, it become a value, then it become area. Okay, so this one is equals to half OM is A plus 1 over 3 lambda B. Then after that was MD. MD is 2/3 of OC. So equals to half. Yeah, even me, I get tired of doing papers, so yeah, 加油. Okay, I gonna times the 2 over 3 out. Because it's just something times something, so I can just bring out the 2 over 3. Okay, so over here, A plus 1 over 3 lambda B. I'm a bit worried because it doesn't look like it's similar. Okay, then times OC is 1 over lambda B. Okay, I think I'm good. Later I tell you guys why I think I'm good. Okay, so equals 1 over 3. And after that, cross multiply, so it equals to 1 over lambda A cross B. Cannot B cross A. Okay, must follow the order because this one is this one times this one. Okay, so A times B, not B times A. Because they are opposite. Okay, then after that plus this thing, right? Okay, over here B times B, right? B times B is equals to BB sine their angle. So their angle, they are the pointing in the same direction, so sine 0. So after that, the whole thing will be a 0 vectors. Okay, not 0 0 vector. Okay, yeah, there is intricacy in like knowledge, and that's why you guys should always. Wow, this one is the lambda is above it. Did I do wrong? I scared I do wrong. What is wrong? What is wrong? Oh well, don't know whether people will watch this. I hope you guys can still benefit from it lah, with some of the points, some of the concepts. Okay, so now it's about going through with you guys how to check whether you make any mistake or not. Over here, I'm not very comfortable with this lambda, so I will check all the lambda whether it's correct or not. Okay, so firstly, maybe we must check here. Okay, then after that, OC over OB and equals to lambda over 1, so OC is lambda, and OB is 1, so looks correct. So OB equals to 1 over lambda. Of 1 OC should be lambda of OB. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it will become 4 over 7 lambda B. Okay, so OC is lambda of OB. Yeah, so this one OC is lambda of OB, so it become like that. So MD, and then here become like that already, that's why here will become like that. Just make sure that you change everything correctly. 2 over 3, right? Miss out the 2 over 3. 2 over 3 lambda. Okay, but whatever lah. Okay, because B cross B is gonna give you 0 anyway lah. Okay, and then after that, this one will become where am I? Oh, because I cross this. Oh, so this is important. OC is done. Okay, it's got a bit messy. Let me clean it out a bit. Okay, and then after that, like that, then 2 over 3 lambda. So here is 2 over 9 lambda. Okay, so that's the result. Yeah. After that, part 3, until now I'm very not confident of getting 90% ADR because I feel that I'm not doing it vigorously enough. Okay, I'm like rushing the steps. But whatever. Okay. So P is a unit vector in the direction of OD. What is OD? Oh, okay, unit vector like that. Give a geometrical meaning of OA. Okay, so basically A is like this, then after that P is like this, right? Okay, so P is a unit vector. Okay, so that means that it's a length of projection. Of vectors A onto vectors B, on vectors P. Okay, next. What should I do? Question 6. Find dy dx. Okay. Okay, this one very simple. Okay, how you gonna organize your information now? Okay, basically here what you can do, what you can differentiate. Okay, is only dx dt or dt dx. Okay, this one is dy dt. Okay, so as a result, how to get this from these two is just see here got y, then after that the x is below. That's it. Okay, can you guys see it or not? Like here is this thing and this thing is the same, so it's just this and this with this and this. That's why this one placed on top, this one placed below. Okay, so after that differentiate this one, it become negative sine t. Then after that, differentiate this become 50 sine t, differentiate sine become cosine t. Okay, I did make some careless mistake, so I need to pause and check. Even if you never make careless mistake, always pause and check. I just very kanchiong first time doing this kind of thing. Doing it live. When I'm a student, yeah, I'm very meticulous and always making sure things is correct. And you guys should do that as well. Okay, so we good. Oh yeah, next one, tangent, like that, and then cut this one at P, and then cut y-axis at Q. Okay, so firstly find tangent, after that find the coordinates, then after that find area. Okay, so after that, so dy dx, okay, you substitute the pi over 4 inside, and you should get 2 sine bracket. I have a tendency to talk a lot, I feel, because I feel that like it's weird to have the video without me talking, but when I talk, then I cannot think properly. I need to do both, and it become very messy. Okay, so I try to put in everything in my calculator, and then the number didn't turn out very nice lah. Okay, because it's a special angle, so it's gonna involve maybe square root 3. Yeah, so you kind of need them to do them. You need to do them kind of individually lah, because they ask for exact area lah. Okay, so first one is negative 2, then square root 2 over 2. After that, 50, then square root 2 over 2. Oh, actually, sine and sine we should cancel off just now. See, minus 2 over 50 cosine t. So this one minus 2 over 50, what is cosine pi over 4? Okay, oh, it's going to give you the same thing. Okay, so square root 2 over 2. So equals to minus 2 over 25 square root 2. Then this thing, okay, is going to give you square root 2 over 25 minus. I'm not doing the times square root 2 times square root 2. I'm doing the 2 to the power 1, then after that minus half, then become 2 to the power half. Okay, of course you want to do times square root 2 times square root 2 also can, but it's slower. Okay, then after that, equation of tangent. So y equals to this thing. Okay, so how do I know? You see, like I need to explain to you a lot of things because this is literally how you guys, the proficiency that you guys should reach. Okay, because they say tangent, then after that your mind need to know that all tangent is a line. Okay, then after that you know that it's a line, then your standard graph need to be good so that you know that the general equation is this. Yeah. And you know the general equation is this, you know, then your algebra must be good to know that, or to find the objective here is to find C, because an equation is about having variables and how the two variables relate. So you need to solve for C first in order to really know how they relate. When x equals to 1, y is the real value of y, x equals to 2, y is the real value of y. I thought a lot. I'm gonna drink some water first. Okay, so basically you need x and y. So how do you get x and y? You put a pi over 4 inside here and a pi over 4 inside here. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so y equals to 2 times square root 2 over 2. Okay, so it's square root 2. After that, x equals to square root. Okay, I just gonna write. Okay. I'm very scared I make mistake. Pressure to get that mark. Okay, so I have a feeling that maybe here it should be square root 2. Later I'm gonna spend some time to like see whether I make any mistake. Okay, so c equals to this, so y equals to minus square root 2 over 25 x plus square root 2 plus 1 over square root 2. Okay, the downside is right, like, oh no, no downside. Okay, so I'm gonna check whether my answer is correct. Okay, so parametric, okay, this is the thing that you guys need to think of. When parametric graph, you plot this as y1 already, right? Okay, I'm doing checking now. Okay, your y2, right, is there's no way you put a Cartesian. So later I will put x equals to t in my calculator, then y equals to like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, 25 t plus like that. Okay, then based on the graph, I will see whether it's really a tangent at that point or not. Okay, so let's do it. Yeah, so yeah, by now you guys should understand that it takes a lot of effort, a lot of effort. I'm spending my Saturday night, spending 3 hours of my Saturday, which is okay, the whole of my Saturday night, right, to like explain to you guys this concept, and I really just want to leave something like online so that students can benefit from it. So if you think I help, from your friend can benefit from it, do share with them. I don't charge anything. All I ask for is for you guys to pay the fee, is to share and recommend it to a friend. That's all. Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, if you guys want tuition, then I will be very happy about it. But then, yeah, if you guys don't, then yeah, it's fine as well. It's very difficult to show you guys. So basically, I uh, draw out the graph already. Then the graph looks something like this, then like that. Okay, but I don't know why um, my t stopped plotting at somewhere around here. Okay, so what I did is zoom. um, Okay, so I use calculate, then I roughly go to pi over 4. Then I start to like see um, before pi over 4 and after pi over 4, right? Like whether the value of y1 is slightly more than value of the value of the tangent is slightly more than the value of the tangent below lah. Okay, so over here is 1.586, the left side, then the right side is 1.414 for the graph. Then on the top of the for the tangent is oh my god. Not possible to do. For one pi over 4 is here, and then for the other one pi over 4 is here. Okay, so I just gonna take so cannot, so in exam hall I just gonna check through like that. Okay, okay, yeah, I think I am correct. I think. Okay, so next area of the triangle. Okay. Yeah, be very careful with um so this thing is not supposed to be here, so this thing is just I was trying to explain to you guys how to plot the graph. Okay, so area of triangle when x equals 0 and y equals 0. 5, so 37.5. Okay, so area of, I'm not going, should divide by 3 times 25. I'm gonna write this as 75 over 2. Okay, because it will then got all this thing, so it's better to leave it in fraction to calculate. Okay, half length times breadth. So be very careful with your problems. The 2, I'm gonna bring it in and see. Should I bring it in? Maybe not. What, 75 times 3? 2 to 5 over 4. Then after that, over square root 2, so it's over 2 square root 2. So equals to 2 to 5 over 8 square root 2. Okay, I'm home, I'm correct. That was, I think there's some mathematics, but I don't know whether I will still get that 90% or not. I tried my best, yeah. So state the equation of the normal to C, where the normal is parallel to. Okay, so normal. You guys don't be confused with like maybe this at this point where is different thing. Okay, example the graph. Even if you don't know the shape of the graph maybe look like this. They are trying to ask you that when the normal, okay, when the normal is parallel to x-axis. Okay, so when the normal, do we have a normal? Okay, when the normal, okay, is parallel to, different parallel, when the normal, okay, so the normal of here is this thing, because this one is tangent. Okay, so the normal parallel to x-axis, so the tangent, okay, is infinite. Okay, so so we are supposed to find dy over dx equals to minus 2 over 50. We are trying to make this infinite. So to make this infinite, 50 cosine t have to be equals to 0. So t is equals to pi over 2, if I'm not wrong, but let me double check. Okay, so then, so the equation that is of the normal, so this is the normal, so the normal is parallel to y-axis. So if like that, it's just y equals to something. Okay, so we will just need to substitute this pi over 2 into y equals to 2 cosine pi over 2. Wait, what? So equals 0, I think. Yeah. Let me think. Yeah, should be correct. Okay, so this one equation of normal is y equals to 0. But y equals 0 is x-axis. Am I correct? Looks like I'm wrong. But it's, x-axis is parallel to x-axis. So let me think. Is my differentiation wrong? differentiate this one to sine equals to negative sine. This one differentiate sine for sine, so cosine, like that, so this one is 0. So pi over 2 is 0, then after that substitute pi over 2. So yeah, okay, can. I will make my answer like this. Okay, I got a feeling that I have a few wrong and 90 is not in the psych. Okay, anyway, let's move on. We got until 9:20 and I don't have time. I do what I can. No, we have until 10:20. Oh, we got a lot of time. Okay, so differentiate this. 7 part 1, differentiate this. Yeah, this one, if you don't know how to differentiate this, ask yourself an easier question. Okay, do you know how to differentiate this? Yes, then okay, then slowly think. Okay, so like that. So it's gonna be the same thing because this as though s is just e to the power x. Okay, after that you need to try and differentiate this. Okay, differentiate this is become negative sign. Okay, but then this is not done. Okay, because differentiating this is about differentiating this already, you need to differentiate this. That's why there's still a half. Okay, so if you guys like the video, then please like and let me know that you guys like it because I really do need motivation to do this kind of thing. Okay, so the thing that I see that is different is that this one is x, then my one is x over 2. That's why when this kind of thing happen, I always like check my answer again, whether is there something wrong. That's why your concept need to be very good. Else you will think like then here x don't have the 2, then maybe here I don't put the 2, then everything will go haywire. Okay, so over here, see just now I mentioned a concept about okay, what's your objective? Then after that, how then it's just balance, objective balance. So over here, right, we are trying to make it into something like that. Else, there's no chance for us to make use of this. Okay, so it's about how you need to change this sine x, okay, to become half the angle of it. Okay, so in your then after that you will get confused whether you wanna like that change from left hand side to right hand side or right hand side to left hand side, etc. Okay, so yeah, just for me, I don't see this as 2x at x. I see it as okay, this one is half of this one, this one is the smaller one, this one is times 2, etc. Okay, so over here straight away I will be able to write this 1 over 2 cosine x over 2. Wow, how come so 乱? So this one is 2 times of this, so here don't have really. Oh, not 乱. Okay, very good. Okay, so we have this thing, Okay, okay, so over here I don't know whether you guys can kind of see it already. Okay, it become a integration of something times something where the integration of this one we know, okay, is going to be negative of this because here got negative. Okay, so under using the UV, okay, whatever you can integrate, right, okay, then you will integrate first. So minus 2 e cosine x over 2 Okay, then after that you just copy. Okay, then after that, whatever you integrate, you need to write it down again. Then whatever you never haven't do anything to it, then you need to differentiate that. So differentiating this will be negative. So I'm gonna write here. Okay, so yeah, because I use double angle lah. Okay, so become sine 2x, sine x, then yeah, half of it. Yeah, using this formula. And then these two I bring over. That's why the half. Okay. So a lot of you would think that, oh, are you trying to integrate exponential or not? So that's why now you need to have the knowledge that exponential is just a value. Exponential to the power x and exponential is different. So over here, right, this exponential is nothing different from just a constant. Okay, so become e over 2, integrate sine become negative cosine. Differentiate cosine to negative sine. Yeah, okay, so this is my answer. Yeah, so I'm gonna use calculator and check. Okay, how to use calculator and check. Calculator will never tell you that integrate something equals to how many x, how many x, how many x. Okay, calculator will never tell you, like you will never see expression. The result they give you is an expression. No. Okay, so I gonna make use of the definite integral. Maybe use something that is more weird. Maybe you like from 1.3 to 2.3, yeah, something like that. Let's see whether it's correct or not. Okay, so Don't look good. Oh, what's wrong? I don't know what's wrong, but I know something is wrong. Check through. Okay, basically what I did, right? Okay, what I did is if you guys can roughly see the first line and the third line, right? Okay, so the first line I do a definite integral with the upper limit as 3 and the lower limit as 1.3. And the second line can ignore. Okay, then the third line I just with the solution with the answer that we have, right? Okay, I substitute the x value with 3 followed by 1.3, then I minus that. Okay, so as you can see, the first line and the third line doesn't tally, so that means that something is wrong. So you guys should also like make use of this trick, okay, to check your answer. Okay, to give you a hint that something is wrong, then you need to do something to it. Let me check the live stream. Okay, zero viewers, zero likes. So yeah, I will upload this anyway lah. So what's going on? Or is it calculator? Press for me. I will come back to this. Okay, next substitution question. Wow, I have a few that I kind of never circle. Later I need to go and find. Okay, substitution question. Then okay, so basically like that. Okay, writing this is not wrong. I think this one like okay like that like that like that like that. Okay, writing this that is not wrong to write this because they literally say that u equals to this thing. Okay, but then if you treat it like it's a du, then it's wrong. Okay, so now because of course if here they ask you to sub it and change to u, right? Okay, of course you need to du lah, you cannot dx already mah, else you will just integrate with respect to x. Okay, so it gives you a hint that here you need to write du. After that, how to balance? Okay, dx du, so that it's sort of like cancel off to make them like the same thing, to make them back to dx. Okay, so this one, what is dx du, right? Do we want to express x in terms of u? Yes, we want. Okay, so 1 minus u e to the power x equals to 1 minus u, so x equals to ln bracket 1 minus u. So equals to 1 over u. Differentiate this is minus 1 over 1 over u du. Times. Wow, no wonder 4 marks. Integrate. Wow, very difficult to do. Minus 1 over u square. Wait. 1 over u minus u square. Wow, very difficult. And I got no space. Equals to integrate 1 over u square minus u du. Okay, so over here, how I gonna do, right? Okay, if you go to your I don't know formula sheet, right? You will realize that this thing it can be done if it's constant. Okay, if it's not constant, it cannot be done. I mean, it cannot be done directly, so you need to do some stuff. Okay, so how can we change this to something like that, square and minus a constant, right? Okay, relating this to this, right? Okay, is what when do you have something similar? Is when you complete square. Okay, so complete square, this one will be u, this one will be minus half, then after that this one will be minus 1 over 4. Okay, so equals this, so equals this. How I do it so fast, I got no time to explain to you guys. Okay, so yeah, maybe next time. Sorry, du. Okay, not that difficult after all. So I need to go and look at my u square in this sign. Oh. Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah, it's like that. Okay, so we are integrate 1 over x squared minus a squared equals to 1 over 2a ln x minus a over x plus a. So this will be equals to 1 over 2 bracket half, then ln u minus half, so minus 1/4 over u minus half plus half, so over u. So equals to ln u over u is 1 minus 1 over 4u. If I write like that, I'll just times 4. Okay, I'll just times 4. Over 4u times 4u minus 1. Okay, done. Oh wait, okay, but do note that this one they are asking us to differentiate with respect to x, so it don't make sense for us to put the answer in terms of u. Okay, that's why I need to continue on. 1 ln 4 minus 4. Okay, so 4 minus 1 will become 3, then minus 4 e to the power x over uh, 4 minus 4 e to the power of x. Very messy. Okay, so done. Question 8. Likewise, same thing. I will recommend you guys to check with the calculator. That's why we really don't have a lot of time to. Time is pretty tight to do all the checking and stuff. So the checking, then after that, found out that you are wrong, then you need to remedy. Yeah, so that take a lot of time. So no time to explain everything to you guys. Yeah, but keep watching the videos, and yeah, if there's a chance, then we will definitely if there's a chance, I will cover it. Again, I'm wrong. Okay, let me think. Too many mistakes. Okay, so very good learning lesson here. Okay, so just now minus u half, u minus half, then minus half, right? So it become minus 1. Okay, so that's wrong. Yeah, so like I hope you guys learn something from it. Like there's literally impossible because of with the use of GC, right? It's literally like possible for you guys to get 90+% because like you guys will be able to assure that whether what you do is really correct, fundamentally correct based on cross checking with the calculator. Okay, so the answer should be this. Now I check my answer again, then I show you guys what I did in my calculator in a bit. Taking a while. So one. No, still wrong. No, of course it's wrong. Because we haven't changed to x. Okay, so equals to 1 minus e to the power x and minus 1, so negative e. Okay, I sub the u equals to that. Okay. Okay, finally. Okay, I know maybe you guys will be start to doubt like um whether is it really possible to do it in an exam. Yes, literally when I was a student, that's what I did. Else, there's no way for me to consistently get 90 plus for like prelims and promos. Okay, so just to show you guys real quick, okay, what I did. Okay, so when I just first started, right, okay, with the minus one, minus half, then I thought it's minus one quarter, right? Okay, that's the first mistake I made. Okay, okay, so you look at the last line and the third last line, right? Okay, last line and the third last line. Okay, so the answer doesn't tally. Okay, then after that I change, and I change. This one is in terms of u. Okay, so I sub wrongly. I sub the u as 2.1. I should change it to x and then sub the x to 2.1. So it's still different from this 0.274. Okay, I try again. Okay, and I get negative 0.274. Okay, that's why like if it tallies until so much, right, 0.27414, right, then most likely your it shows that your integration is correct lah. Okay, most likely this thing is correct. Okay, after that you need to do some simplification because um later you will know. Okay, so this one I will put it is like that over e to the power x minus 1. Okay, so this one equals to, because of this thing, ln ex can be simplified. Okay, minus ln bracket ex minus 1. So equals to x minus ln bracket ex minus 1. Done. Next question. Okay, this one was relatively easy. I still don't know this one part 2. Okay, later we'll figure out. Okay. I kind of like, so-called like the pressure, because like this is literally what you guys go through, right? Yeah, so it's no difference. No difference. For me, it's equally tough. That's why, like, okay, I set myself to do it live, to like to set like 90% standard, because I feel that, okay, this is what we should work towards lah, and this simulate the real life. Okay, now after that, okay, so how to plot this one? Okay, you guys may be experiencing some problem, right? Because of this one, this a, then it's very difficult to put inside a calculator lah. Okay, so over here is y squared plus x minus a bracket square over 4 equals to a squared. Okay, so if I ask you to plot this one, you all will be able to plot. A is positive, so a is here, then y equals 0, then like that. And after that, this is the eclipse, as they call it. I don't know. Okay, ellipse. Okay, yeah. So ellipse, then yeah, that's the horizontal length is 2, because 2 square. And the vertical is let me think. I think it's like this. But I don't know whether 2 is more than a, to we need to draw until here. But because x take the value from minus a, so x take the value to here. Minus a, minus 2, so minus 2a, okay, so when is minus a, this is 0. Oh, okay, I know why already. Okay, so this 4 is not the length, it's not the what the this 2 is not this distance. Okay, I forgot to do something. Yeah, that's why you see I don't even go and memorize like all the stuff on the textbook. Okay, I just make use of this thing. It doesn't make sense. Then like why two should be here or here. Then I figure out something is wrong. It's really just based on that. Okay, then now it makes more sense. Okay, so like over here it tells us that the length is 2a, as in the this so-called horizontal radius. I don't know what is it called. Okay, so if it's 2a, the length is 2a, right, then here is minus 2a, then here is 3a. That's why it's correspond with this thing. Okay, then good. That's why like it's really That's why it's really about like you need to consider a lot of different factors, then look at the different factors coming together, and then to make sure that your answer is correct. Then that's how you get the 90 plus. That's why like, it's very fair lah. People who consider a lot of stuff, who understand things from a lot of different perspectives, they are the one that will get they are the one that will do well lah. Okay. Okay, so like that, then after that your this height is A lah. Okay, so need to make sure that you are proportional because now you're like drawing ellipse. Ellipse is like you don't if you don't make sure your graph is proportional, then later an ellipse become a circle. How? Speaking of that, mine is not very proportional. Okay, not too bad. Okay, so you show stationary point and mating the axis. Okay, mating the axis we kind of show this part already. Later we still need to show this part. But that's a lot to ask for 2 marks. Okay, then after that here is a comma minus a comma a comma a. Okay, so when y is 0, y is x. Okay, so when y is 0, we are trying to make the inside to be equal 0. To make the inside to be equal 0, this whole thing must be 4a squared. Okay, for this whole thing to be 4a squared, right, this inside need to be 2a. Yeah, 2a. So here, no, not y equals to 0. X equals 0. Sorry, x equals 0. So become, oh yeah, wait. Okay, so this one y equals to square root this thing, right? So square root this thing will only represent positive value. So this part don't have. Okay, so it's very different from just now. Uh, like we are trying to find. Just now we are talking about a different thing. Okay, I think it's important for me to explain here. Okay, okay, now what we are trying to say, right, is that y equals this thing, right, is a positive value. Okay, because like that have to be positive. It will never, you square root whatever, you will never get a negative value. But just now I was trying to say, right, because you want to express y in terms of x, right? Okay, for example, here is x squared. Okay, because you need to express y in terms of x, and sometimes x itself, right, is a negative value. Okay, that's why you need to consider this. I'm not saying that this one square root then means can be plus minus. Different concept. That's why understand. There's no, if you are trying to, if you are trying to cut short understanding, right, and think that like all these things can be just summarized into a matter, right, it's not gonna work. Okay, don't shortchange yourself. Put in the work. Put in the work. Yeah, to solve the puzzle. It's really you all always think that like you need to get to the invention point memorize. No, it's not about that. It's about present yourself with the problem again and again and solve it until like the neuron pattern become natural. Then next time you can just do it. Okay, so don't shy away from this kind of difficulty. The more you shy away, the more you are not setting up yourself up for the to prepare for the exam. So this one That's why, like, how I know, like, I draw, just now don't need draw the bottom, right? I know at the start, okay, but then I got divert because I need to look at this to understand how to draw the diagram. Then after that, I thought of just drawing this diagram, but it's actually drawing this diagram. But what reminds me is I need to substitute a zero inside here. Then I start to realize that, how come only got this value, don't have this value? And after that, again, it's a holistic picture of understanding everything that will give you that 90%. Okay, so over here 0, then after that e square over 4, e square over 4, then after that uh, become 3 over 4, e square, then square root. So it becomes square root 3a over 2. Okay, so here is square root 3 over 2a. So I just need to make sure that square root 3 over 2 is less than 1, then it makes sense to be below a. Okay, so this one square root 3 over 2. Okay, part 1, part 2. Restricted, so that f inverse exists. So f inverse it need to be 1, 1. So it's from minus a to k. Okay, so from here onward, that's why the greatest value of k equals to a. Using the restricted domain found in part to find the similar form. Wow. 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 Okay, so basically y equals to square root a square minus x minus a over 4 together with x square. You're trying to express x, huh? So y square minus I then I just make use of this. So x minus a over 4 together bracket square equals to a square minus y square. Okay, why I do until like that? You are trying to express x. I say again. Okay, so x equals to nope. Okay, I want you guys to just write out all these things. Then after that, consider which one to reject. Okay, because we are using this domain. Okay, so there's we are only using this part of the equation. So looking at x value, right? Okay, x value is less than a. Okay, so it should be a minus something. Okay, so this one rejected because a x is less than a, less than equals to a. Okay, so this one is your new f inverse. So f inverse expressed in similar form. F inverse x will give you a minus 2 square root a square minus what? X square. And your domain of f inverse equals to range of f. So look at your range here. Your range here is from 0 to a. Okay, this value to this value. Okay, got no time to check. Part 3. Part 3 done. Sorry. Composite y exists then after that. Okay, so range of f is equals to 0 to a. Then domain of g is equals to minus 2 over 3a to tiring. I keep saying tiring. Okay, like that. And after that, yeah, so range of f is a subset of domain of G. Okay, again, I never memorize anything. Okay, I just try to understand that if fg like that, right, the x value you put inside here. Okay, and after that, the overall value need to satisfy this thing. So that overall value is the range of G. Satisfy this thing need to be able to push inside this. Okay, it refers to the domain of G. Okay, so therefore, GF like this. Okay, so if you guys are wondering why is my handwriting so ugly, again, it's because I'm not using iPad. I am using this thing. Okay, that's why I do not have like the first response, first hand feedback. Okay, of how my handwriting is. Yeah, it's very different from drawing on the iPad. Okay, then after that you need to find range of GF. Yeah, wow, so tiring. Okay, so range of GF, right? So just now I explained to you about this concept, right? Okay, so over here, right, you already know that here is between 0 to a. Okay, so you putting 0 to a, right, inside this G. Okay, let's look at this G. Okay, so how does it different from fx? Okay, comparing these two, okay, comparing these two, right? Okay, because it's applied, x replaced with 3 over 2x. That's why it's just compressing. Okay, because 3 over 2 is more than 1 now. Okay, more than 1 means like 2, then you compress into half. Okay, so 3 over 2, then you compress into 2 thirds of it. Okay, so that um, wouldn't change the range of value, it's just stretching. Okay, so from so G, yeah, let me think. Okay, so that is just a concept. Okay, how to make sure everything comes together. I'm a bit lost. So it's like f bracket 3 over 2. Oh, then it's different. Okay, so you see this one x. Okay, then now ours is fx. That's why this thing will now become fx. Okay, so it's not about compressing anymore. Okay. This one not easy. I need to come out with it. Okay, this one not easy. Okay, so with what I write just now, right, 3 over 2 fx, right, now it's stretching already. Okay, but stretching, you know that over here is 0, so it won't affect. Okay, then now this thing originally from a, right, then it becomes 3 over 2a. Okay, so inside here, right, okay, this whole value, okay, is gonna take from 0 to 3 over 2a. Okay, so you putting this range of value inside f, right, is about you putting 0, okay, to all the way to 3 over 2a. Okay, so if here is 1, Okay, so when this one is 0, then here is, so the range, okay, fg should be equals to bracket square root 3 over 2, and then here uh, you can put this 3 over 2a inside. Put it inside and see. Okay, do I try and do it here? So 3 over 2a, then minus a, then become 1 over 2a, so become 1 over 4. A square, 1 over 4, 1 over 16, a square. Wow, a lot of work. Oh, here got you. 1 over 4 a square, 1 over 16 a square, square root 3 over 2a, comma, square root 15 over 4a. Okay, I think that's the answer. Okay, so how to check, okay, substitute your a with some values, then after that observe your graph, okay, then after that um, 3 over 2 times of it, after that put this one inside here. Okay, a lot of work, so this tracking not done yet. Okay, so maybe I will circle this thing. Okay, next. Wow, I don't know if I have time. I try my best. Okay, so this one d distance for over 5 times of d. Yeah, even though I'm time pressed, I'm also very persistent that I need to do everything. I need to read everything. Okay, so it's just 4 over 5 times of the previous one. Yeah, so if you don't read everything, then yeah, you may do something wrong here. So final. Okay, so you see, between 2 and 3, right, is like 4 over 5 to the power of 1 d. So between 3 and 4 is 2. So between 8 and 9, right, we will expect it to be 4 over 5 and 7. Because here 3, 2 ma, here 2, 1 ma, so here 8, 7 no? Okay, so 56.2 equals to 4 over 5. 7 times d. So d equals to, wow, 26, so long. Does it make sense? Company decorative string lights. Okay, 8.6 now. I think I put one. Yeah, I put 56.5 just now. That's why my answer become like that. Yeah, so always check. Wow, tiring. Maximum length of the wire. Okay, so theoretical like that maximum. So is okay. So let's say length of the right wire first. Okay, length of wire is summation of GP. Yeah, because common ratio. So GP is 1 minus 4 over 5 to power n over 1 minus 4 over 5. Okay, but n tends to infinity. Okay, so just now we have the value of if they ask us to give one decimal, then we should provide two decimal first. Okay, so this one 7.98. Look at 1 minus. So this one tends to infinity, so this one don't have already. That 1 minus, so it's just 1.5. So times 5. 2, 6. Okay, so it's 1339.9. Okay, so part 3, three color. So red, yeah, orange, yellow in that order repeated. So this one red, orange, yellow. Oh, the wire. Okay, so LED one is this. So firstly, I think it's more important to know that this one is LED one lah. Then after that, you can know the color mah. Okay, so let's see with some how many interval, right? Then we can get 12.9. Okay, so it's a AP. So distance is 267.98. After that, 1 minus common ratio. After that, 1 minus common ratio to the power of n. Again, this n is going to represent how many of these terms are we summing. Okay, so 12.9 times 0.2 267.1 equal 0.00962. I put 4 CP. You guys want to put 5 CP. It's fine. Very scared. I always type the wrong stuff. Okay, so it's 6 to 8. Okay, so how to find it? Uh, long both side. Okay, so n equals to oh shit. Did something wrong. Again, did something wrong again. Da, da, da. I get it now. Okay, so all this was in cm. Okay, so now this one is in meter, so it become 12900. Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of this kind of thing that you guys need to do. This one is not about method. It's never about method. It's about understanding execution technique. Yeah, it's just very similar to what you guys need to do when you guys go out to the real world. So 9.627. Don't make sense. 12 meters. Oh no, just 10. Yeah. I got 11.7. Not happy with the result. Oh, nearest. Okay, so can so this is LED one. So maybe this is LED 11. Then this is LED 12. Okay, so of course 11.1 means here. 11.7 means here. Okay, so this thing means 12.9. So so what they say nearest to the point. Okay, so the point is here. So this one should be nearer. I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think need to based on this we need to do a 11 and do a 12, then see their value which one is closer to 12.9. Because we are trying to I think I like that one is ambiguous. It's not about uh it's about which one is nearer to 12.9. Okay, so then we cannot use an assumption that then it becomes which one is it 12 nearer to 11.7. Yeah, because how you know it's gonna be proportional. Okay, so I'm gonna do like 11 and 12. Okay, so over here is 12.24 1224 lah. Okay, 1224. Then over here is 12. My God, 47. Whereas here is 1290. my god. Okay, so I did a mistake again. Okay, very bad. So here is 0.0372. So ln 2.0372 ln 2.8. Okay, so here is 14.75. Okay, so we're gonna try 14 and 15. So this one is 1280, 1281. This one is 1292. Okay, so 92 is closer, so I'm gonna use 12. Okay, so 12 is closer because they literally say that um nearest to this point. Sorry, I'm gonna use 15. Okay, so because they literally say that nearer to that point, so this distance is shorter based on comparison of this one and this with 12.9. Okay, so LED 15. So you see, um, LED is one is red, orange, yellow. So this one is number 3. After that number 6 is yellow. Okay, so number 15, right? So 6, 9 will be yellow, 12 will be yellow, 15. So answer is yellow. Okay, I will make a lot of this kind of error because I'm not very fresh. And then, yeah. Okay, find the minimum distance between two is 1 so that they can be mounted on the wire. What does that mean? Okay, so the wire is 267.98. Okay, so this means, right, yeah, I'm so confused. What's the total? Okay, the length of the, so this one 339.9. Okay, this one is the length of the wire. Then so the minimum distance, right? The minimum this one is the maximum distance. But minimum distance will be close to 0. So they mean like if this one 4/5 to the power n and times d. Okay, so d is still the same thing. Okay, so d is 20, like that. Okay, so they mean that if like that to the power of n and d. Okay, so they say that this thing minimum, so everything should be more than 1. Wow. Okay, so between every LED light, the distance should be more than 1 cm. So this represents the distance between any because it's either 2 power 1, 2, 0, etc. Okay, so between any one of them, the distance need to be the distance between them need to be less than 1. So just find n. Okay, so okay, so because you are dividing by negative, non 4/5 is a negative, so you need to bring it to the you need to change the direction of the less than equal to more than equal. Okay, so this is more than equal to 25, 105. So you see like the distance keep getting shorter from 260 plus. Okay, and it gets shorter and shorter and shorter, and then after that become less than 1. Okay, then when it reach n equals to 26, then you will suddenly become less than 1. Okay, here is still more than 1. After that, when you reach here, it will become less than 1. Okay, so this n, right, when it's 25, it's still okay. So like that, 25, like that, d. Okay, it's still okay. So if here is 25, then here is LED 24, right? No, this one 1, then this one 2. So 25, then this one 26. And this one LED 27, right? 2, 3, 4, 2, wait. D 2, 3, 1, power 1, 2, 3, power 1, 2, 3, power 25, 26, 27. Okay, correct. Okay, so what's the last? Okay, so this one LED 27. What's the color? Okay, so 25, 20. Oh, I think it's also yellow. Okay, because it's also multiple of 3. Yeah, so I will put yellow. Okay, that's it. Next one, I got no time. 10, 11, 12. Only got 10 minutes. So I failed. Haha. It's okay, whatever. So maybe 90% series. Need to change those. 80%, 70%. But it's okay. Yeah, so I just want to say that it's not, yeah, there's a chance I failed, and I know that very well. And I feel that, like, other than showing you guys whether is it possible, which I definitely still think that it's possible, because I done it when I was student. More about that, right? Other than that, it's about yeah, you have an expectation, and if you don't achieve it, whether we be able to digest it like mentally and emotionally. Yeah, I think that's even more important than anything else. So if you guys are expecting to do very well, then never get it, then learn how to handle those expectation, emotion, etc. It's how do I say? It's clash, right? It's about we always think that everything is good and bad, but then sometimes like the bad thing is just an opportunity to turn it into something good. It's like now, okay, I realize that oh, okay, I still need to do it within 3 hours. Then I need to restructure my whole thing, etc. And then there may be some lesson coming out from it. Yeah, that's really about life. I think it's like you can't say a fertilizer is bad. Yeah, it have its use. It's just like human, we are so used to polarizing thing. Like this one is good, this one is bad. Then we judge things too much. Okay, let's continue. I will try to finish this at least until 10. Okay, solve the Earth's simultaneous equation. Wow, so you need to find V and U. Okay, that's tough. Complex number at least. Okay, so V. So looking at this, I either make U the subject or I make V the subject. So it's easier to make V the subject. So be very clear that your objective is to find U. Okay, because you already substitute away the V, right? It's to find V and U ma. So you did replace the V. Of course, your objective is to find U lah. I'm just saying because like there's A, etc. Okay, so that's I. I don't want you guys to get confused because your objective is to find U. So um, wow. Okay, so this is not in the that form yet, huh? Okay, that form it should be that form. Okay, this is not. So this one is 4A, then after that minus 3A. So become A, then after that uh, 4AI plus 6AI, 2A squared. Okay, then this is that form. Okay, so U equals to A over 4A squared plus 9 plus 2A squared plus 6 over 4A squared plus 9. Right. Done. Next, V. Probably the last question I'm going to do because I have no time. Okay, so 2 minus this thing times I. So minus this thing times I. So times I is going to give you a negative 1. So that's why it's become plus. Okay, so B and A is not related. After that, how do you find K? This thing is a factor. It's a factor means that you can replace with minus K here. Okay, so everything is in terms of I and B now. So find K. Let me think. Oh, that's tiring. Okay, very good. Okay, so over here, right, we know that like a K is not like X, K is like what's that called? A constant that we don't know. Okay, it's a value, it's a constant. Okay, so overall, let's say it's X, right? Okay, inside this could have been something plus I, something plus I. Okay, but then if now is K, right? Okay, it's constant, right? So we can separate the real and constant. Okay, compared to here, right, if there's something plus I, right, we cannot separate the real and constant. Okay, so just looking at here, right, minus b k cubed plus 12 bk squared minus kb plus 12b, right? Okay, just by this, we know that the real of the left hand side equals to rho of the right hand side, so equals to like that. Okay, then we do a bit of simplification. Take out the b. Okay, so minus k cubed plus 12 k squared minus k plus 12 equals 0. So here k squared forget minus k minus plus 12. And after that plus forget minus k plus 12. So equals to k squared plus 1 forget minus k plus 12 equals 0. Okay, so k squared plus 1 is already more than 1, so will not be equals to 0. So k equals to 12. Then after that, they only have one value, but to play safe, we compare the imaginary. Okay, so compare the imaginary means I, so k square I. Okay, I'm taking all the I involving I. After that, plus 12k I. Okay, so equal 0. So k bracket k plus 12 equal 0. Am I right? Give me a while. Oh no, this one is minus. Okay, then after that, this one is minus. So k equals 0, but they say non-zero, so not applicable, or 12. Okay, so part 1 done. Okay, so I will stop here because I think I run out of time, but I'm not sure whether we start at 7:20 or what. Or maybe when I just finish this one. Okay, so after that show that this one the roots of this is purely imaginary. The roots means the value of x. Purely imaginary. Okay, so this thing, if you observe, right, it's no difference um from what's that called? From it's just a quadratic equation, but then now it's a I lah. So if we want to find x, right, okay, we can still use the computing square. Okay, so this one b bracket x squared plus ix over b plus b equals 0. So b bracket x plus ix over b. I think that's too long. Gonna use the formula. Okay. negative b plus minus b square, so it's negative 1 minus 4 ac over 2a. Okay, so based on this thing, you will know that is purely imaginary means negative b plus minus b square, so I square minus 4 ac over 2a. How can this be purely? I'm confused. Oh wow. Okay, so x equals to negative I. So if you observe this thing, right, okay, this thing inside is um, um, uh, overall is a negative value. Okay, so how can you square root a negative value? Okay, that's why it's like square root minus 1, then square root 1 plus 4b square. Okay, so over 2b. So as a result, then if you are good with factorization, right, you will start to see in here I, then here also I. Okay, that means that this thing is a negative 1 plus minus square root 1 plus 4b squared over 2b times I. So it's just some number times I. Okay, that's why therefore purely imaginary. Okay, part 3. Product of 3 linear. Oh, is it related? Yeah, it's related. So k is what just now? K is 12. 12 is a factor. So x plus 12 is a factor. Give your answer. Okay, so you will guess that like that, then after that like that. Okay, should be equals to like this. Okay, because you just by observation, this one and this one related, this one and this one related. But then they never tell you. Okay, so you still need to go and show, you go and explain out. Okay, equals to this thing. I think. Now after that, let's compare the x square, this one 12b. Now after that, plus I. So this one check, this one check, this one check. Okay, now after that, still got the terms of x. So this one 12i. Now after that, this one b, so 12ib. Okay, so they are the same. So the factor will be this one and then this one as a product. Okay, so just x plus 2. Then after that, x minus this thing. Then x minus the positive and negative of this one. Okay, so I leave it to you guys. Okay, so that is all for today. Then looking at, oh my god, shit. Okay, back to just now the explanation. I realized that my cam is on, so maybe I really will delete this thing. I don't know. Okay, so let's see. It delete already. I will continue to post and do live. Okay, by 10:30 now already. Saturday 10:30 I'm doing this, so please appreciate it. Okay, so just now what I'm trying to say, right, is that over here, right, you observe that minus 1 and minus 4b squared. Okay, so like it's a negative, so square root negative don't make sense. That's why we bring out this. After that, we realize that this one is just common factor of I. That's why it's purely imaginary. Okay, so after that, then you guess that maybe this one part 1, part 2, part 3, so maybe it's related. So after that, over here it says that x plus 12 is a factor. So that's showing this one times this one, then we compare this x squared and x, then we verify that everything is true. So this thing, the product of this is equals to this thing. Okay, so it's about finding the factor of this and this one x equals to x plus 2. Okay, so the factor, you can just put x minus the positive and negative. Then after that, you need to insert a b in, okay, because over here there's a b. Okay, so but they say 3 linear factors, so just I think I just put b here, or you want to bring in the b also can. Okay, so that's it. It's 10:30 now, 10:31. Then I don't think that I managed to show you guys everything. Again, I failed the 90% challenge. Okay, over here is 336. Wow, here 40 marks. I never even do 14. After that, just now got some question wrong. And here 912. So 30 plus marks. So I'm only a B student. Okay, so yeah, it is what it is. I don't. Yeah, I'm most probably gonna still upload this and leave it as it is. Then we will see how 90% series evolve over time. If I screw up over time, then so be it. Okay, so that's all. And beside that, I hope that you guys learned something from it. Okay,